Ladies and gentlemen, it is my great pleasure to present the Martin Luther King Community Foundation Advocate Award of 2019 to Mrs. Marian Wright Edelman. Thank you. Thank you. All I have done in my life has been following the lead of my parents and my community co-parents, and I was a rebel from the beginning. And I always had a cause worth fighting for, and my favorite first cause was up at the Belk's department store in my home county, and I went with my Sunday school teacher, and I was thirsty, and I went to drink I wanted to drink water, and I didn't pay attention to the black and white water signs, and it turned out she was panicked, and she jerked me away from the water fountain, and I said, what's the matter? What have I done? And she pointed out white, black. And I went home with my little wounded psyche and told my parents about this. And they told me it wasn't about me, it was about the way the world was constructed. But when I got to be big enough, I could change that, but I didn't wait until I was big enough. I went and made a cause that I was a 4 or 5, I would change every water sign that was segregated. And so that gave me great confidence. But the point is, children do what their parents do, they do what their community institutions do, and there's not a single issue I work with on the Children's Defense Fund that does not go back to my childhood, of denied health care, of poverty, of mistreatment, but the good side of my growing up was the great people who always said, what can we do about it? And the day after Dr. King was shot, I began to go out into the neighborhoods. There were riots in Washington, D.C. and all over the country to talk to children and to tell them not to loot and to raid and to ruin their futures. And a little black boy about 12 looked me straight in the eye and he said, "Lady, what future? I ain't got no future. I ain't got nothing to lose." And we've made great progress over the last 50 years, but so much peril remains to snuff out. But there should be no child in this country without the health care they need. And I loved my visit to this extraordinary center. I hope that everybody in every community would have the quality of care that I saw reflected when I went over to the Martin Luther King Hospital. And I congratulate you for your support of it. I wish it's really wonderful. They need to be everywhere. And I hope that you will start in California showing the example by implementing the proposals of your new governor to end child poverty. If California can do this with the largest number of poor children in the country, we don't need to have that in California. And we can do something about it, and he's put in a number of proposals and strategies to do that, all of which are cost-effective, all of which are decent, all of which are overdue. So I hope that California can set the standard for how we're going to eliminate child poverty in America all over this place, but by following the example of California. This is doable. Let's honor Dr. King by finishing the job and finishing the dream. And so I thank you for all of this today. Thank you.